What's up guys, Chandler and Grant here with Rise Magic, and today we have a very special video for you.
Yeah, today we are going to be going over our ambitious card routine that we have used in videos like our Ocean City Street Magic video, Philly Reacts to Street Magic, and it's just a really cool routine that we've put together to take the ambitious card and split it up between both of us to make some really cool effects.
If someone ever asks us to see magic when we're together, this is our go-to routine, and if you have a friend who does a little bit of magic as well, you need a basic level knowledge to be able to perform some of these moves, so it really isn't that insane if you want to do it with someone. If you want to do it alone, it's going to be pretty difficult to do certain parts of it, but I'm sure you're smart. You can find a way to work around it. Also, the giveaway winner for the Rise Magic Playing Cards Uncut Sheet in the description down below, so let's go see if you won. And lastly, the Rise Reel released last week. If you don't know what that is, almost everyone who bought a deck of Rise playing cards submitted a video. I made it into a big, cool edit, and it turned out really well. Grant has a cool part at the beginning of it as well. Yeah, last week's video, go check it out.
High praises from everyone who's watched it so far.
It is lit. I gotta stop saying that ironically because people think it's unironic, but that doesn't mean it's not lit. It's still a sick video. So yeah, links to both those in the description. But for now, let's show you an uncut performance of how we do our ambitious card routine. Then we'll hop into the tutorial.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
We're gonna take it, watch. Turn it over. Take it, put it into the middle of the deck. And if you snap your fingers, watch what happens. Look. Just like that. But there's many different ways I could have done that. It could be a duplicate, it could be sleight of hand. So what I want you to do is sign your name on the 5 of hearts so there can be no duplicates.
Damn. One day this is gonna be $1 million. Keep this.
Come on, JJ. That's what he
When he becomes famous, you already know.
So you recognize you saw it again, right?
Yeah.
We'll put it in the middle, okay? Give it one shuffle. That's that simple. Just like before with your signature, snap your fingers. Check.
Is it gonna come up again?
Comes right to the
Where
top.
is it?
Watch. We take the 5, put it right in the middle. Right? And just like before, all you have to do is snap your fingers. Just snap. Just like that. Goes right to the top.
We're on the bottom.
What the hell? I'm out. I quit.
Just follow where
I'm
it goes,
done.
right?
I'm watching it.
We take the 5 of hearts, turn it over, okay? Go like this, with your signature on it. Just push that in for me. Perfect. You know the drill, right? I'm gonna shuffle it. You're gonna snap.
Literally.
That's gonna be right on top.
I don't think you snapped hard enough, honestly.
Snap one more time. Snap one more time. Oh shoot, this happens sometimes.
What's happening?
He does magic with me, and sometimes it gets confusing, right? And you snap, and it doesn't go to the top of my deck, it goes to the top of his.
No.
I was like, no.
What?
Not there.
What?
What's not there?
Oh, he signed it. We did the.
I'm bad. You screwed me up, man. You're not telling me what's going on. All right, so what's your name?
Daryl.
Were you the one who signed it?
No, Jose signed it.
JJ signed it.
Okay.
I'm mad
All right.
JJ over
I'm
here.
gonna touch my fingertips.
Your finger. Oh, that's a little bit weird. That's okay.
All right, now watch on 3.
Magic
Right.
touch.
Just let me watch it.
No way. No.
What? Wait. There you go.
All right, keep that. Sell it to a punch.
We're not done yet. We're not done yet.
We're not done.
Need this
Give me
back?
a Jose. I'm out.
Bury it.
All right, so what we're gonna do to make it really easy to follow, we're gonna take your card right here, step it up a notch, and we're gonna put a bend in it. All right? So you can watch that bend, and you can watch it go to in the middle. You can see that? Okay. All right. Just gonna put that down. Not trying to do anything funny here. Now watch. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
What?
Yeah, did you see
that? Bring everyone.
Did you just see the bend go up?
Pick it up.
Because that's the card.
No. What?
You want to learn how it's done?
Let's play 50.
I'll teach you really quick. Watch. Give me with the wind.
Come on. Look,
We
you
take
got,
the
you
card.
got his man filming.
And put it on top, right? So it's on top, right?
What's his YouTube?
Huh? Rise Magic.
Rise
Subscribe.
Magic.
I know, we're doing
So
it.
your card is on top, right?
Subscribe.
From here, it's all sleight of hand. The card's on top. We take some cards and put it on top, right? So it's not on top anymore.
Okay.
A little bit more,
It's in the middle now.
right?
Okay.
And it's not on top. I need your help for this. I'm gonna put the deck down. Can you put your hand on top of mine?
Yeah.
Perfect. So it's all sleight of hand from here. Watch the deck close. Just like that.
I know what we're doing tonight. We are watching this guy's YouTube channel.
Yeah, go to church. I'm
It's Sunday.
So this starts off as a very basic, ambitious card routine and ramps itself up. So by the point Grant's going, it gets pretty freaky. So you start off and you're like, hey, pick any card you like. They pick, let's say this card, the Ace of Diamonds. All right, and I'm like, hey, look, all you need to do for the Ace of Diamonds, put it over here. I do a pass and I'm like, hey, take that Ace of Diamonds and we're gonna put it back in the middle. They place it here. I do a pass, it's at the top. They're like, oh my gosh. Then normally after I do my pass, I'll maybe shuffle it. Lots of you guys hate that I shuffle after I do a pass, but I think it looks good to shuffle the deck. And then when I reveal it, I'm like, oh my gosh, the Ace of Diamonds is on top. But there's so many different ways I could have done that. I'm a magician. When I just shuffle it right there, I maybe could have secretly brought it to the top. So we're gonna make sure that this is foolproof and we're gonna have you give it a signature. Bam, Ace of Diamonds is now signed. They sign the card. Now while they're signing the card, I need to take my deck and turn over the top card. You can do that by any means necessary, but you don't want anyone to see that you're doing it. They're signing this, so they shouldn't be able to see it. However obvious you do it, but a trick that a lot of people like to do is turn it over on their thigh. So you just kind of push it off a little bit and turn it over by pressing it on your thigh. And then you get a little break underneath it. You say, look, your card now has a signature on it. We're gonna take it and put it back in the middle. You're gonna place it on top of your turned over card with your break. So now you have a double lift with the second half of it. You're gonna turn over the Ace of Diamonds. Say, watch how clean this is, guys. Take your card, put it in the middle, push it in, do whatever mystical snap, whatever you want to do, and now it's at the top. They're like, OMG at this point, because that was just so unbelievably clean. They take it back, and then while they're freaking out, you get ready to do what's called a Marlowe tilt. Now, I'll show you a Marlowe tilt really quick, but this is not a tutorial. I'll link one below. Basically what you do is you take the top card and you just make a break, but it has to be flush clean at this front end and with a big break at the back like that. What that does is it gives a depth perception hack to the people who's watching. So when you put it in the middle, you're gonna take their card and kind of like press out some cards that are actually in the middle. And then when you put it in the middle, you're actually putting it second from the top. But as you can see from that angle, it looks like it's going in the middle, the Marlowe tilt. From here, just get a double lift, do your pinky count, whatever. Their card's at the top, they freak out. All right? Now here's where it gets a little spicy. We put a little spice on the ambitious card routine, okay? This is where I hand it off to Grant, okay? So what we do is we take this signed Ace of Diamonds. At this point, Grant's just chilling. He's just spectating, watching this whole thing happen. But we're holding the camera. In this case, we'll have someone else holding the camera. But what we do here is, you guys know card to mouth. This is basically the setup for card to mouth. We'll take this Ace of Diamonds and turn it over, and I say, hey, follow where it goes closely. Do a swing cut, break it over so it's over here, second from the top. I do a one-handed fan, and I take not their card, but I say it's their card and say, all right, here, we're gonna take this, and you push it in. I reach out. While they push it in, I take this card, which is their card, Ace of Diamonds, and I hand it off to Grant behind my back, okay? And they're pushing this in so they never see it. I don't think we've ever gotten caught in it once. No. We've really performed this, I would say, not 1,000 times, but probably like 573. Yeah. 573 times. And we'll pick up with Grant's part once we switch who's holding the camera right here.
So at this point, I have Chandler's card. The best way to do it for me is just kind of, as I'm walking, pretend like I can't see, walk behind him, grab it. So I'll have his card on top of the deck, like so. But the most important thing is that at the beginning of the trick, I was paying attention and saw what the card they chose was, grabbed it, and threw it on the bottom of the deck. And so, at this point, I'll have the signed card on the top, that card on the bottom. Not really much sleight of hand needs to be involved here because they're paying attention to Chandler. I'll just take that ace of diamonds, put it right on the top of the deck, right above the signed card.
At this point, too, I'm messing up. I'm trying to say, look, your card came to the top, and I don't have it anymore.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. I'm so stupid. Grant, what happened?
Yeah. And so you can kind of have fun with this. I've played it a bunch of different ways where I'll make fun of Chandler or act like I'm saving him or whatever. Act like I'm not paying attention to Chandler to call to me and be like, yo, what's going on? Like, what happened to the card? And then I can do the little reveal where it's like, oh, I got it right here on the top of the deck. So the moments where people like go like, whoa, for just like half a second till they realize, hey, the card's not signed. That's just a normal ace of diamonds. That's not that impressive. So I go, oh, my bad. I forgot that I signed it. Wasn't paying attention. Just throw it back on the top of the deck. Now while I was revealing this, just very simply, we take that card, push it over, get a pinky break on that one card. So when I place it down, I'm ready for a change. Now, my personal favorite, just because of the reliability, is just the shake change. There. You can also do a shapeshifter. Cool as well. Either way, you're swapping that card out and showing very visibly you writing that name on almost. So
it really does look crazy.
It looks
it's not
really
a color
cool.
change. You're just adding the signature.
Yeah. So people don't really realize that it's a change of any kind. So if I'm doing the shake change, if I can do it slowly enough with my finger, it looks like I'm just melting that signature right back on. And it's a really, really cool effect. Now at this point, I will take that off, show it to the spectators. Like, is this your signature? It's a really, really, really cool moment. Like one of my favorite moments because it blows their mind. But as that's going on, I do the exact same thing we've talked about before. Probably my most used move in any type of ambitious card routine. Just taking that second card, which still happens to be their card, flipping it over on the thigh, getting that double lift ready just by pushing it over, grabbing it with my pinky. Have my hand facing out towards them so they can't see. Be mindful of your angles here. You don't want them to see that you have the exact same card. Show it to them. Place it on top. Now this is where it goes to one of my favorite moves, which is the bending of the card and bring it back up. So you got that double lift ready. I like to push it forward a little bit just to have that space in the deck so people can kind of see that separation. So I can say, at this point, we're going to make it a little bit easier to follow just so you guys can know exactly what's going on. We're going to take that card. We're going to put a bend in it. And personally, I just like to push it up about halfway. So I'm holding onto the deck here. You can still very clearly see it's one card. And just pull back and put a bend in it like that. Show it to them that's being bent. I don't want to show it to them from the side just because even if I did, not many people would notice it, but it's just easy place to flash. So you got that bend in the card. I'll grab it, put it back on top so they can see. Grab that top half of the deck. I'll push down with my finger and just pull that off so they can see that bend in the card. Now this is where it gets really cool because you can make this even more effective. So when I put it in a deck, depending on where their signature is, I like to jog it over a little bit so they can see that it really is the ace of diamonds going into the middle of the deck, even though they can't see the signature. Because it is. We have that old ace of diamonds that's not signed in the middle, the signed ace of diamonds on the top. But since Chandler's signature is right in the middle here, the pips are clean. So I can completely show them the pip of that card without them knowing that it's not the signed one. And we can just push it back in. Now when you're squaring up, it's very important to push down with your first finger on the top to hide that bend. Then grab on the sides, right where the apex, I don't know if that's the right word, right where the top of that bend is, just so it's keeping it down. Now you can do whatever magic pattern you want, make them feel magical, etc. And then right when you go, you can snap. And right when you snap, you let go of the middle of that card to let it pop back up.
Yeah, did you see that?
Now at this point, at the beginning, I do a couple moves. I think I do 3 total sets, and then Grant does 2. But Grant's 2 are like so sick compared to what I did at the beginning. I was just doing some simple stuff. He gets to do the shake with the signature, and he gets to do the fold part. Always slays. Slay me, queen. Like, people freak out when the pop happens, and especially when that signature shake change happens. So I'm like, yo, I need to do something cool at the end of this as well. So everyone's freaking out at the supposed grand finale of the fold pop, what we're gonna do is melt their heads even more with the haunted deck. So I'm like, yo, you guys want to see how it's done? We'll teach you how Grant just did that crazy part. I take their card, put it on top, and then using the mystical dark arts, aka the haunted deck, I make their card float to the top. Looks sick. Not going to give a tutorial on that now because it's a paid move, but that's how it ends. Grand finale. It's incredible. So if you're going to look at the plot arc of our ACR, we're ramping. Signature thing pops up here, and then the fold thing pops it up here. Then we let it down a little bit. We let it down. People think it's over. And then we break your face with actual dark magic. It goes through the roof to the ceiling. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that ambitious card routine tutorial. Like we said in the video many times, tutorials to all the moves we do are listed down below.
I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions or any success stories from you performing this, leave it down in the comments for us to hear about. We'd love to hear it.
Oh, and if you've got your own like ambitious card routine stuff and you say, yours sucks, let's see what you got, you can drop that down below too. We accept all hate comments.
You do?
No. It hurts me deeply, but I want to act like I'm tough. Yeah.
That's what I figured, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
See you guys next week.
All right.